Hello everyone, welcome to Dice Sagas. Just let me know if the quality, the audio, all that kind of stuff is actually good, and then we get cracking on. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do now is Matt unfortunately is not able to join us just yet. He should be with us shortly, and until that point I think I'm just going to get cracking on with my ogres. So as you can see, I just started working on some ogres here, so let's move on. So I've got these chaps that I need to paint up, which is very cool. This is more like the finished products. I don't know if you can see that clearly. Which is all very good. Okay, let's get cracking on. Anyone in chat as well, if you're joining live, that was amazing, and let's thank you. Just feel free to post any comments, and obviously we'll look to answer the questions as we go. Right. Let's give these bloody paints a good shake, right? I mean, the ideal scenario would be, well, in fact, Matt's just let us know that he should be on his way shortly. He's just obviously having problems putting his kids to bed, which is totally understandable. But in the meantime, if you have any questions, just let us know, and we shall field it. What you think about when you're born into a fire. Also, let us know if the audio is alright as well, because again, this is like the first time we're streaming on multiple platforms at the same time, so you know, just let us know if the quality is good and all that kind of stuff. That'll be very useful indeed. So for those who are joined as well, in the background here and the video, this is from our obviously YouTube channel. We've got plenty of material there from our battle reports, ongoing Interstice Pocket Realm that we've got going on, which is obviously very cool. I would say that one now because it's something I've helped build, but yeah, it's definitely worth checking out. And if you do have your own lore, then by all means look to post that in there as well, because we've got so much awesome community input so far, which has just been amazing, absolutely amazing. So hopefully Matt will be joining us very shortly. I mean, to be honest, we don't really stream live at all. I mean, we're working on these guys at the moment, some ogres, which is pretty cool. But yeah, we don't really stream live with our content. We just figured, you know what, we'll give it a go. If something happens with it, great. If not, we'll still do it. Mainly because obviously just enjoy talking with the community as well, which is always awesome. But if you have any questions, just let us know. If the music's decent as well, because this is the first time streaming on multiple platforms. So again, just let us know if the quality is decent, and then so that'll be very useful indeed. Okay, so I'm painting all this. Okay. Yeah, as you can tell, we're not professional live stream painters, just because we've not got that set up. But having said that, you know, it's all good, right? It's all about the about the visuals at the end of the day. Hence why I've put the videos on in the background. But yeah, if you're brand new to the channel, welcome. It's, to be honest, one thing with our channel that we're looking to strive towards is massive community engagement, obviously, but this is a bit more than that. It's listening to your stories. Obviously, like, you know, because we've got a pocket realm, we want to flesh it out with as much of your stories as possible. And so, you know, if any like characters that you created, any factions, pretty much absolutely anything, you know, just ping it through to us, let us know about it. We do have a location now on the Great Weave. It's an awesome website built by Keegan, and yeah, honestly, it's such a good website that we basically, what we do there is we build the whole lore around it. So this is from your content as well, and we introduce it, we create videos on it, on your content as well, on your lore. Yeah, so it's if you're definitely into that lore aspect of things, it's definitely worth doing. By the way, if you just joined as well, Matt hopefully will be joining us shortly. He's just putting his kids to sleep, I believe. It's always the way. But yeah, if you have any questions about the pocket realm that we have or anything like that, just shoot it. It's fine. If obviously, if you can let us know if the quality of the video is good as well, that's always a good thing. Because as I said, first time streaming live with across multiple platforms, and only second time streaming live as well with, well, Warhammer content. So let us know what you guys are working on as well, because over this period of time, say over the last year or so, I've painted about 3 armies, which has been pretty epic, to be honest. I loved it. So painted Sylvaneth, Skaven, and Nighthaunt. I am looking to, well, I'm actually painting ogres at the moment. After that, I may be moving on to these chaps, Flesh Eater Courts, and then who knows what else. But who knows when I get time to play them all, right? But yeah, I've only used ogres so far in Warcry, and that was fun. They were just like breezing off attacks like they were nothing. Although I did lose the game, but that's purely down to numbers. But yes, thank you for stopping by as well. For those guys who have joined so far, much appreciated. Again, this is like a brand new format for our channel. We don't want to say it's going to happen all the time, because to be honest, we're not sure. We're basically testing the waters. But I enjoy it. If you do have any questions as well, just let us know, put it in chat, that would be awesome. Let us know what you're working on as well. Oh, things gonna have to be headband time, I think. This hair is driving me insane. There you go. Oh, that's what my models look like. That's good. Issue with long hair, right? So the videos that you can see in the what's going on there in the center of the screen, that's from our channel, from our content. And I believe this is describing the Interstice pocket round that we've been doing. It's one of the first videos that we did. We very much do lore content and community lore content, our lore content, along with the narrative battle reports. So if you haven't checked it out, please do. That'll be awesome. And obviously provide your feedback as well, because so far we've had mixed, because obviously it won't be for everyone. But yeah, it's been overwhelmingly positive, which has been a great thing. Okay, I think we're looking all right so far. It's the beauty of ogres, is that there ain't that many to paint compared to when I painted Miscaven. So 80 clan rats, contrast paints for the win though. Give us a second. Always does. I need to default that. Go. It's on Twitch. Done. Cool. Yes. Okay. So let's continue. Is that armor or not? So yeah, just let us know what you guys are working on. That'll be awesome. Again, this is a brand new format for us, so we'll see how it goes. And for those who joined, obviously it says Christine and Matt. We're just waiting for Matt to join. Okay, so that's just not armor, that is straps. That's fine. Yeah, so anyone in chat, obviously, again, welcome. If you're watching it live, thank you very much. If you are watching it after, then let us know in the comments whether this is the type of content you like in terms of streaming live. Again, because our content is very much narrative-based storytelling. So just let us know, again, your feedback. That'll be great. Again, this is our very first of its kind streaming on multiple platforms. So let's see how it goes.
Should I be scared? The feeling's so different now. You got me floating here, a feather in the air. Oh,
okay, that's straps. It's all good.
Or would you have me stay? And what if I escape? I know I'm spinning in a vicious cycle. I'm scared of doing something.
Just the actual armor that I need to get painting up here very directly. Very soon we will start painting the armor on these guys, and it'll come along a lot quicker. Again, using contrast paints. It's all they ever do really these days. Massive convert. I might be able to hear the doggy in the background. Again, yeah, just let us know. Welcome to chat. Alright, Adam. It's awesome to see so much community engagement in Great Weave. Oh yeah, for sure, Adam. Love it. In all honesty as well, it's one of those things where again, well, Matt's meant to be joining soon, but yeah, the Great Weave is such an awesome community set of like community and lads and gals. But yeah, no, it's definitely a welcoming place as well, and so glad Keegan found us actually. Got our pocket realm set up nice and neat in there, which is awesome. I was going to say, Adam, what are you working on these days? Doing any more narrative, or are you doing more painting miniatures at the moment? Okay. Then we just not to the last one. Oh, if the quality, just let us know if the quality, the sound, everything looks good. Because again, this is our first time actually streaming live on multiple platforms, so I just want to make sure it's all good. So hopefully, it's a format that we're going to use for many months, years, so on to come. Okay. I think it's coming along nicely. Just doing a bit of tidying up at the moment. It's missed a few spots as well, which is always grand. Yeah, working on the more narrative side. Okay. Oh yeah, the Wood Elf Army. Yeah, got done over lockdown. Yeah, have to game with them. Yeah, this is it, isn't it? Trying to get in that game time. I mean, I've managed to get one game of Warcry in the garden with Matt, so that was good. Used my ogres and Stormcast. Got those battle reports coming up very soon as well, which is awesome. So far, working on my character lore and stories for Avalon. Yeah, I was going to say actually, Adam, we're going to be looking to create more of your lore videos, your lore content as well. You've absolutely done outstanding work. I mean, the fact that you got a whole book, your whole tome, and then obviously all the lore as well. Honestly, beautiful. Absolutely amazing work there. Okay, think. So look at this. Missing something. Yes, I'm you, my friend. So to be honest, myself, I use quite a lot. I've converted to contrast paint quite a lot. It's just more than usual, or the norm, should I say? I've just totally converted. Just get so much done. The thing that sold me was painting Skaven, like 80 Skaven clan rats. I was just like, and Miss Sylvaneth as well. Just like not in no time, but at the same, very quick. A lot quicker than it would have been normally. Yeah, I can do without that. It's fine. Oh, no problem. Honestly, honestly, it's amazing work you've done. In fact, one thing I'm looking to do is the narrative side that you've done with the you told the story between the two characters. To be honest, when I read it, I was like, oh, I definitely want to do a bit of voice acting for that. So it's definitely something on the agenda, should I say. Okay. We've also got some Noblars. Lovely Noblars to paint. See, these little chaps. Tiny little creatures. In fact, I've been painting a bit of Lord of the Rings recently as well, which ain't been too bad. I got this little troll going at the moment. Oh, wrong way. There you go. Which is always pretty cool. Got the Fellowship recently painted as well. Maybe let's try contrast of things other than shading. Yeah, fire effects. Fire effects are contrast and reason for that. Yeah, I agree. I've been a stickler for the classic paints. To be honest, I've got to say I was as well, massively so. I mean, my Kharadron Overlords, all of them were painted with the, I think they call it acrylic paints, the classic paints. And what else now? Obviously, I've had plenty of. I've been in this hobby for over 20 years, so I've had many years of practice with the classic paints, if you like. But no, for me, the contrasts, they've just changed it. They can't do everything, but in terms of, if I wanted to go for like a painting competition or something like that, then I may just go back to the classic. But yeah, for mass painting, tabletop ready, all that kind of stuff, I'd say contrast all the way for me. Yeah, I have a lot more stories planned, but it means a huge deal. Yeah, honestly, no problem. Absolutely love your work. It's so good. Also, if you fancy doing a bit of voice acting for it, if you wanna give that a go, let us know. It's one thing we do on our channel, of course. We've had obviously ourselves, doing the voice acts in our battle reports. We also have we've had 2+ Tough doing it. We've had Agent Agash doing it. We've had one of the community do it, and I think it's like James Marsden, I think his name was. And then, sorry James, if it is you or not. And then we've also had I think it's Cinderfell Wargaming, I think it's called. Yeah, so we've had quite a few other channels getting involved because they, again, really enjoy the format, which is awesome. Yeah, so honestly, just let us know if you've got any more stories. Upload them onto the Weave, that'll be awesome. And yeah, we'll definitely look to have those posted because you've got such good content. It's awesome. I've never voice acted before, but I'd be up for trying. Can't say I know what I'm doing. I'll bet it sound good. And honestly, don't worry about that. It's all about having fun. I mean, don't get me wrong, as long as the quality's good, that's the main thing in terms of the clear voice. If that's it. Otherwise, other than that, it's AOS, right? Have fun. It's all good. I mean, I've done. In fact, no, I got my wife to do a Banshee scream at one point, which was fun. And what else? I've also, the sound effects in the videos, obviously like an arrow, like, like shooting an arrow kind of thing. I've been making up stuff as I go. It's good. Yo, Matt. I know I was going to say, it says live with Christine and Matt. No worries, mate. I'll see you in a bit. Well, no, honestly, it's really good. It's really good. If you just have fun with it. We've had 2+ Tough doing some dwarf acting for us. We've had Agent Agash. He's been... Oh, in fact, no, JJ Paintings as well. That's another guy we've had on. He's done a vampire for us. Agent Agash. Oh, I'm trying to remember what he was now. I think he's done dwarf as well for us. And now he's going to do ogres as well. So honestly, if you've not checked out those channels as well, so JJ Paintings, 2+ Tough, Agent Agash, Cinderfell Wargaming, all that, check them out. Honestly, they're all awesome lads, honestly. But yeah, Adam, I'll reach out to you as soon as I get the script ready. It may obviously be a bit further down the line, but yeah, I'll reach out and you can dabble in a bit of voice acting. That'll be good. I love doing it. I love doing the scaping as well. It's great. All right, Joe. Yeah, live chit chat. Live chit chat, solo live chit chat with chat. No, Matt's joining very soon. But no, I appreciate you, Joe. Cheers. Thanks for stopping by. Actually, at this moment in time, I am painting these guys. So I'm just working on some ogres at the moment. I've just done the skin. And I've recently just finished off these guys. Let me just get this guy out. So I've just recently finished off some ogres with some darker skin tones. I used Fire Slayer Flesh for that contrast. Again, quick as anything. I love contrast paints. Right, I'm off now. You've had just 2 cents, Joe. Yeah. Just throw in the chit chat comment and you're buggering off. That's all good. I know you just put the kids to sleep as well, so it's all good. Get your game time and. Honestly, I appreciate everything anyway. Stopping by, joining in with the chat, it's great. Great stuff. In fact, now let's move on to some Basilicanum. Yeah, Basilicanum Grey. That's a reread that then. It's best not leaving that right on there, is it? Right, I'm off. Everyone's off. No. Okay, so again, contrast. These guys should get a good chunk of the guys done today, or tonight even. To be honest as well, with my painting, is literally I'm going for tabletop standard, so they look good on the obviously a tabletop. If it was to look, I don't know what you guys think out there, but if you're like Golden Demon, if you're looking to enter tournaments, all that kind of jazz, I'd say contrast paints can be very good for that, of course, but I still think they're missing quite a few paints out there. You know, they haven't really got all the colour schemes down yet, in my opinion. But definitely do not knock them. They are my saving grace. I've painted so many armies with these. As I said at the beginning, I painted Sylvaneth, Skaven, and we're talking 80 clan rats here, so that's a lot, as you know, and Nighthaunt as well. Although Nighthaunt was a bit of a mix, to be honest. Yeah, got to go too for a little bit. Yeah, no worries, Adam, mate. It's late over here, and I'm going to push some more narrative writing this evening before I call it a night. Good luck with the stream and our rewatch tomorrow. Yeah, and honestly, appreciate it. Appreciate you stopping by, showing the hobby love, and yeah, I look forward to seeing more of your content as well because it's so good. We'll look to get that for sure on our live stream. Our live stream. What am I talking about? On our channel. Oh yeah, it's up for rewatching. Yeah, it's to be honest, yeah, you can catch it again on. We've got Twitch or Twitter, Twitch. They're all sounding the same. These social media, but yeah, so it's still on there, and it'll be on Facebook and YouTube as well. It's the first time streaming on 3 platforms at once, so it is. You know, we're just trial and error at the moment, so hopefully, hopefully the sound quality and all that kind of stuff is decent, and yeah, let's go from there. Again, this isn't our usual format. We tend to just do the narrative lore videos, community lore videos, and then we always do our own narrative battle reports as well, which is always cool. I've seen it on stream. You got another model in the showcase. I did indeed. Yes, I did indeed. That was the kind fellas at Games Workshop decided to reach out again for my Ogre Tyrant. Yeah, so that got a lovely display on their hobby roundup, which is very cool. So yeah, no, good spot, Joe. Yeah, I would actually be singing along to these, but because it's royalty free. No idea who they are. But I do like the sound of them. They sound alright. I'm told that love would never lie. Where my head has met my heart. So yeah, just let us know what you're working on, what your narrative story tales are, if you have any. You got any upcoming tournaments, battles that you're thinking of with obviously lockdown, especially in the UK, that is, with lockdown releasing over the coming months? Such wood. Okay. So it's concentration mode now. Not sure why I'm using contrast paint, so although I'll just go over it again, it's fine. But honestly, I greatly appreciate everyone stopping by. If it's your first time to our channel, welcome. It is awesome. Oh, and look who we have. We have Matt's elbow. Alright, Matt, I'm assuming
Hail, mortals.
I'm assuming you're going for obviously a angle for your painting.
Aye, as usual.
Good stuff. Yeah, awesome for joining, Matt. Thank you kindly.
Bit torn on what I'm supposed to be doing, though. I could do so much stuff that I have ready to go, but
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
What commission work are you doing?
I got one guy left to do on my commission work. He's the Primaris chaplain, I think.
Ooh, yeah.
There once was a ship that put to sea. The name of the ship was the Billy O.T. The winds blew hard.
What are we listening to?
Yeah, good question. It's definitely not on the playlist.
Are we sure?
Yeah. There you go, just changed it.
Yeah, I'm torn. I could either work on my commission stuff. There's only one left.
Yeah.
€1 left. Or I could do some building. I've got my terrain sprayed up, so I could do that as well.
Yeah. That's cool.
What are you working on?
Yeah, I'm just doing my ogres at the moment.
How's that going?
Finished. Yeah, not bad. I finished the unit of gluttons, so I've got 2 units painted up now. I'm just working on my iron guts at the moment.
Okay.
Hey, Joe. Howdy, Matt.
Hey, Joe. I don't think we've actually ever met, have we?
No. Not yet. In time.
We'll have a chance. In time. Joe, do you play Warhammer at all?
I'll let Joe answer that.
Are you like old school fantasy?
Old school. Yeah.
Old school
Yeah, we used to, way back when, many moons, decades.
Before the COVID, before the pandemic, before the world ending.
Yeah, before everything, yeah. So, but yeah, no, so he used to, before the age of myth, he ended up, he was dabbling with dark elves and all that kind of stuff, and no, haven't played since actual Warhammer end times, yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm trying to
start back up again. Just saying.
I'm trying to, exactly, Matt, exactly. We've got plenty of, what do you call it? I've got plenty of armies ready to be used at any time. But no more than
more.
Well, that's it, yeah. Then we're going to try with Warcry at some point. What's end times for me?
Oh, be right back. Need some water.
Yeah, no.
Actually, let's go from here.
Yeah, as I was saying before, Matt, it's obviously first time streaming on 3 platforms at once, so we'll, see how it goes.
Which 3? YouTube?
YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook.
Oh, Twitch. Oh, neat. Didn't know we were there.
Yeah.
Hello, Twitchland.
Mm-hmm.
How many people we got watching?
We've had decent, to be honest. I was saying this is our second time streaming live, first time streaming on 3 platforms, first time streaming on YouTube, first time on Facebook, but we've had decent show up so far, which is pretty good, considering it's kind of late notice.
Yeah, that's what it is. Did you post or announce it on? I don't know. Where did you announce it on?
Yeah, put it on the Twitter, the Twitter sphere, and Instagram as well.
Throw it onto Fellowship of the Dice.
Ooh, I don't think I have, not yet, no.
Might want to throw it on there as well.
Yeah. I'll do that directly. So, Matt, what are you working on?
I'm gonna do the chaplain for a bit.
Yeah.
I think I'm just gonna do edge highlights for the time being. I mean, I've base coated them black. I'm happy with that. I'm just gonna do a lot of edge highlighting, bring out the details, and then work on the other colors.
That's cool.
I mean, I could go through the whole process of, you know, getting everything up to a certain like a lighter black, and then shading, and then re-highlighting everything. But I'm happy with just the black of it, the way it is.
Yeah,
saves me a step or two.
For sure. Well, this is what I was saying. Because we had Adam from the Great Weave join as well, which is pretty cool.
Oh, okay.
So many things at once. I tell you what, Tectonic Craft, we are using the Ether Wind in Age of Sigmar. No, we're using StreamYard. Yes, we're using StreamYard to stream on multiple platforms, is what we are doing. Yeah, not really. It's our second time using StreamYard, so, you know, so far my experience, again, this is no, you know, sponsor or anything like that, but so far my experience is pretty good, and there are some limiting things, but overall experience pretty good.
I mean, it does what it says on the box, right? That's all that matters.
Yeah,
I think
for sure.
When I joined in, you could have up to like 10 people on here, which is pretty decent.
Yeah, it's awesome, and it's one of those things, Matt. You know, if we get around to using or doing Soulbound and stuff like that.
Yeah, so I was thinking like D&D, Soulbound. You know,
yeah,
get, like, everyone on here all at once.
Yeah, it'll be awesome.
I mean, ideally, we just play in real life, but you know, streaming online's all right too, I guess.
No, it'd be awesome. I'm just thinking more for like if we want the guys from the Great Weave to join in as well, and you're like from obviously different time zones, you have to choose a specific time. But yeah, we could look to try and get some guys in there.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, but to be honest, Tectonic, I'm not too sure. Because I did. Oh, what did I use in the past? I've used OBS in the past, and I've used XSplit Gamecaster as well. Because this is going many years ago. I used to stream games and stuff like Total War Warhammer. But yeah, since then though, I've just literally moved on to. I was looking for a simple platform, and there you go. I just came across this, and yeah, it's really good. It's basic, does what it says in the tin, kind of thing, and yeah, I'm happy with it so far.
Depends on what you're looking for, I suppose.
What was it, Matt?
Depends on what you're looking for, I suppose. If you want just something basic, get the job done, that's all you really need, right?
Oh yeah, for sure, yeah. So, Matt, you're gonna have fun fighting against these Iron Guts.
Well, I don't mind because so far the armies that I fought against for you have been very. How should I put it?
Go on. How offensive can you be to me? Go on.
Well, I mean, they're just very, very. Well, I fight your KO enough, I guess. That's why I get this feeling that everything's very, very shooty.
Oh no!
So my corn guards are just kind of stranded there while they get pelted. So it'll be nice to fight your ogres, which just
true. Get in
straightforward, get in, mix it up, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
I mean, I've played corn like once against your rats, once against your KO. Against the rats, it was all right, but again, your rats just run away. It's no fun. I want to clobber things. And then your KO, they just blast me before I can get anywhere close. So,
have you not fought against Nighthorn yet?
Not with my KO, or not with my corn. Not with my corn yet.
Oh, that was a Stormcast then, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was just a Stormcast. It was a long campaign with the Stormcast.
Which their failure ripped asunder.
Oh yeah, not very good.
The lands. Yeah.
Well, it was fun. Developed the story.
Awesome. I loved it. Not obviously because of that, but you know, obviously our games are always good fun.
Well, the main thing is we get that story done. That's the main thing I like about it.
More the actual narrative side of just progression, yeah.
Progression, or just developing an interesting story. I mean, it's very. I mean, it would have been fine if I stop the whole ritual thing, and things went on
for
as
sure.
they do.
Yeah.
But I mean, having what happened, also very interesting.
Yeah.
I mean,
And,
now that I look back on it, I don't know what would have happened if I stopped the ritual. I mean,
that's the beauty of our channel, though, Matt. Let the dice tell the story.
Exactly. I mean, I didn't really plan for it to go that way. I was thinking maybe I'd make a triumphant victory at the end and kind of snatch victory.
Last ditch ritual stop kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't know how I would have written it, just because I didn't really know what to expect, and I didn't want to waste time preparing for something that might not have happened.
Chris, here we go. Joe, Chris was always a shooty player with Wood Elf, Empire Dwarf.
Yeah, we have another word for that. Cowardice.
So true.
Just be honest. It's cowardice. It's okay.
Oh, no, I'm not gonna have that title. Never. No, I used to have undead vampire count as well, so that's my saving grace in terms of. Although I've got to admit, though, with my Empire army, I lost more times than I could count against Chaos. So, yeah, not great.
That's supposed to happen, right? You're supposed to.
It's what happened in end times, yeah.
Exactly. So you were role playing. You weren't losing. You were role playing.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, but no, and I remember. What was it now? This is against Joe way back when. Was when I had my direwolves, and then he had his executioners. And this was a rule where they caused fear, so they had a chance of running away because they weren't immune to psychology. So my wolves ended up charging, and his executioners, these stone cold killers, ran away from some wolves. And he was so annoyed. I remember that. Loved it. The Gamecraft Dragon. Afternoon, gents. Afternoon to you too.
Very, very late afternoon indeed.
Yes. How's it going, Gamecraft? Yeah, up to much hobbying these days? What are you painting or working on at the moment, if anything? Let's not mention those direwolves scaring off my executioners.
Look, direwolves are scary, man. Couldn't blame them. Could not blame them.
I know, but these, I tell you, I just loved it because Stone Cold, honestly, executioners are just like the pinnacle of badassery, and they end up just, they should have been immune to psychology, definitely. Anyway, that's we're going back, flipping 15 years, even longer. Wow. But those are the epic moments in AOS and fantasy, and basically any kind of game of this type where epic moments happen and you remember it forever.
That's the nice thing about these games. You get epic moments just cropping up randomly. You don't need to plan for them. You don't need to, make up any epic stories. It just kind of happens sometimes when you least expect it. Oftentimes.
So I think I raged quit then too. Oh, I know you raged quit. I look, you went, not playing now. Then walks off. I remember Joe. It's awesome.
Good times.
But yeah, we were young, so we can't really, we're kids. What can you do? But I remember many times with Chaos, dear Lord, just got destroyed so many times. But Wood Elves, I really enjoyed Wood Elves, and that's why obviously now I've got Sylvaneth, and I'm looking forward to hopefully this new Kernothy kind of vibe that we're seeing at the moment, which should.
Are you talking about Kragnos or whatever?
Yeah.
I'm curious about that. I think people are still kind of tied up between whether or not it's going to be Kernothy stuff or is it going to be Beast of Chaos kind of stuff.
True. Yeah, I get that.
Because I mean, it looks like from the artwork that they showed off, it looks very Centauri. So it kind of drips either way. Because the Underworld's warband for the Kurnoff. I forget what they're called. Anyways, they look very much like that, but at the same time, you can't, Beast of Chaos always about the cows and the hooves and everything. So it's really hard to say which is which.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest,
the word Kragnos sounds very chaosy in my mind. So,
but in the artwork, it's like a little glimpse of the artwork. For me, it looks more like it does look like the mounted or not mounted. It's like a centaur kind of character from that.
Yeah.
From that war box kind of thing. I think it looks similar to that. So I was like, ooh, tasty. But I just don't think they should have another Order faction just yet. I think just flesh out the ones we've got with a bit more units.
I imagine it's gonna be like an expansion to Sylvaneth, maybe.
I hope so. I really do, because that would be awesome.
I mean, that way it'll run right into your Sylvaneth army, which would be nice.
Yeah.
I don't know. Awesome. I mean, to me, it looks more like I don't know. Maybe it's just what was it? It was kind of like sepia looking kind of artwork there. So I was thinking more along the lines of like Tauren from Warcraft.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why I kind of get the Beast of Chaos kind of vibe from them.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But who knows? We'll see.
Yeah,
I mean, it's coming up pretty soon, I think, isn't it? Bellacor's out already, or on pre-order out this weekend.
Yeah, Be'lakor. Oh, what a tasty model.
That thing looks nice.
Yes.
But I don't think I can... I don't know. I'll consider it, but I don't know if I'll get Be'lakor. I mean, I already have Archaon. Work in progress. But
I'm just hoping he doesn't make an appearance in the Pocket Realm.
I was thinking about how I would get him in there, lore-wise. I mean, I can think of ways to kind of get around why he would be there, or like why something that looks like him would be there.
Well,
we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. So, Gamecraft. So, painting commission for table plus worth of terrain for Mechanicus Astrometalarum. Table plus painting custom set for Tau Army. Wow, that's a lot of painting.
Wow. Jeez, well done, you.
That's very cool.
And Curse City. That's cool.
Yeah, I was going to say, and plus painting up for Curse City as well. Oh, Curse City models. Oh, my word. So good.
Hey, Iron Legion. Nice to see you.
There you go. Bloodo, welcome. Welcome in. Thank you for venturing over from Instagram. Yeah, those Curse City models, though. That Witch Hunter. Oh, love it. Absolutely love it.
I really like the, I forget what her name is. Amala? Or whatever the Knight Captain.
Oh,
The chick with like the eagle head on her shoulder pauldron. That model's so nice looking.
Looks so good. I mean, it kind of makes me hopeful in the future, for like a new human mortal faction. Instead of the City of Sigmar, just get some, because how much scope and flexibility have you got with the Mortal Realms to introduce a new mortal faction that looks absolutely awesome?
Oh, I mean, that's just generic RPG style, isn't it? Like any sort of human race or human whatever, they're the most versatile, you could say. Yeah. So you get the most variety, the most, varied kind of models.
Especially through the Mortal Realms as well. It's like,
yeah, exactly.
Which is very cool. Oh, I shouldn't have glued on my Noblar. Innuendos. But yeah, this Noblar I've glued to the base, and it's just making me a bit more challenging to get around the chainmail, which isn't ideal.
Your Noblar's chafing you?
Yeah. Nope. But no, it's the Cursed City though. I wish they bring out like a vampire hunter kind of faction or something like that, like a like a warrior priest, like Cult of Sigmar, should I say, something like that, where it's very zealots and all that kind of jazz. Like a full faction of that, I think that'd be pretty cool.
As long as they bring out newer models compared to like the Flagellants. The Flagellants, I get they're kind of an interesting concept, but man, those models are old.
Yeah, I think it's just because, again, from the I come from the world that was that. I don't know. I still don't mind them, but mainly the heads. To be honest, I don't mind the heads. But yeah, they do need a whole range coming in for sure.
Yeah.
What is Cursed City? Cursed City is a. Matt, do you want to give that a go?
Cursed City. Let's see. So, I mean, do you know about Warhammer Quest?
It's I think more of like it. Well, no, I don't think
it's like a separate box set. It's like its own board game kind of thing with models from Warhammer, Age of Sigmar, or Warhammer Fantasy, whichever you want to call it. So it's like a completely separate storyline, separate board game. It just plays differently from the tabletop game.
Yeah. But it's got its own adventures, on like a set of rules, unique models so far. Although the zombies and skeletons, no doubt, they've got their own release coming out soon as well, which is going to be cool.
Yeah, they'll be tied to the Soulblight, I'm very, very sure.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen with this whole controversy with the box, but we'll see.
Yeah. So eventually I'll get to my Hedonites army. Ooh, that's very cool. Although such great models. The wife is going Daughters of Cain. Wow. That Marathi model, so good. So there's certain aspects where every army, because as you know, Matt, as well, and the guys who watch, I've got so many armies, and I just keep on growing. And Matt,
Chris has kind of like a hobby ADHD, can't sit still.
Yeah. Matt, look what I just bought the other day.
What? Can't see.
Oh
dear Lord.
Yeah, Flesh Eater Corps.
Wait, do you even have Flesh Eater Corps models?
I will do soon.
You will. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So they're next on the list of stuff. But again, contrast paints. So.
Does that mean your Ideneth are falling further and further down the list?
I'm and so I'm basically just waiting for the new books to come up. But no,
you sound very certain of this, but you cannot be certain of this.
No, exactly. But yeah, I'm in no rush at the moment. But I will get some eventually. But no, I've got there's something in each army that really draws me in, and I think for instance, like Daughters of Cain is definitely Marathi. Marathi is such an awesome centerpiece.
It's a nice model. It's a very nice model.
Hedonites, they have many new sculpts, and there's so many cool demon models. And then you got say for instance Seraphon. For me, that draws me in the most. It's a Slam Age Priest, and now Lord Croak that's coming out soon. This looks so good, but again, I say I'm not going to get an army, and I need to either sell a few that I got, or just get a new house for Warhammer models.
We all know that the easiest option is just getting a bigger house.
Yes, exactly that.
Iron Legion, so you got your fiance into Warhammer 40k. Well done, you. How'd you manage that? I'd be very interested in finding out how you can convince your significant other into joining you in the hobby, because it's an uphill battle, I think.
Yeah, Joe. So if you're talking about Cursed City, here it is. It's basically heroes. It's you are like a group of people questing, if you like, through this city. So there's obviously a set of rules, all that jazz, and it's funny. It looks really interesting. I think if you do have a group of dedicated players willing to give it a go for a few hours and progress through the storyline, then it'd be pretty cool. But I think you do need a group of players for sure. It's not like you could do it solo if you want, but I think it'd be pretty hard, to be honest. But yeah, if you do have 2-3 plus, then that's decent.
Yeah, it's just kind of like playing D&D, I think, or any sort of tabletop board game kind of thing. The more players you get, the better the experience, generally.
Funny, Warhammer 40k video convinced her. That's pretty good going, that, yeah. Since the wife, well, I'll say my wife, has got involved with some painting, so they've done some... Oh shit, you say they. Like we got multiple. But no, she's done some...
Chris.
Yeah, I know.
Be careful. Careful.
You're not watching, right? No, she's done some Sylvaneth trees for us. She's done some Skaven, Endless Spells as well. So she's dabbled in with some painting, and I've been trying to. She's rolled a few dice and like, "Do you fancy having a game?" And she's like, "Oh yeah, sure, yeah." And then after about 10 minutes, she's like, "What do we do? What's this? What's it?" And I'm like, "Just roll some dice. What do you want to do with that character?" Okay, we'll try and do that. But no, it's great. At least she makes the effort now and again.
Yeah, it's all right. I can't wait until I can get my kids into it.
Oh yeah,
it's gonna be a while longer, but
yeah,
maybe there's hope in the future.
Yeah, I'm looking to get my niece and nephews into it.
That'd be cool. How old are your nieces and nephews?
So one is 5, one is, and the other's like 3. Obviously not yet. In terms of getting into it. Time, then. Yeah, so got a bit of time. And then the others are like 2. Get them proper and get them into it. Who do you think do they do that? It's other wives.
Ooh.
Oh, I love that. Yeah,
that's kind of cool.
That's not so.
Did she just like read about Lady Olinda, or was it the model that got them into AOS?
Oh, Lady Olinda. I keep saying, there's so many iconic, cool characters.
I really like the Lady Olinda model. It's very, very classy looking.
It's one.
The problem is that it wobbles quite a bit.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, with my KO, I'm used to that. With the shit.
You're used to flaccid bits that kind of wobble around.
Pretty much, yeah. But no, and it's like because they've got the Manfred model, which is like End Times, when End Times happened, and yeah, that was my first experience of a wobbler. But now, Lady Olinda is such an amazing model, and it's one I'm going to get for the Nighthaunt eventually, which just because it's such a great model. Okay, I think I have. Oh nope, that's a lie. I was about to say I think I've done something when I haven't. Okay, so how's the Stormcast and Corvus Cabal narrative going, Matt? The battle report.
I've gotten. I think I spent a lot more time on like the prelude to it, like the talking bit, the opening bit before the fight.
Okay, cool.
I'm just writing into the actual battle now, or starting into it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Just trying to play up how powerful your Stormcast and all that are.
What? How powerful they are?
Yeah.
So you're right.
Yeah, I think in the future I'm going to try and focus a bit more on like details and description rather than writing just about the battle.
Yeah, no, it's a good shout though, because it's. I mean, the battle obviously is important because that's what it is. But I think you're all right though. Having a bit more character, a bit more description behind it is pretty cool.
Yeah, exactly. Trying to give us some character to your characters. I'm not sure if you had anything in mind for your characters, but like if you do, let me know.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm just gonna write, kind of like how your one shouty ogre turned kind of deaf in my mind.
That's all good. I love that. That was funny. That's the beauty of ogres, right? So Gamecraft, the model, she's a canvas painter. Oh, that's really cool. And I loved watching me hobby paint. So wanted to try, and then the law sucked her in. She's a sucker for good law. Oh, well,
that's really good.
Well, what a segue that is.
Tune her into our channel, please.
Yes, we have full on law channel. So we have a narrative battle reports, which is, again, if you've not checked it out, please do. It's we've got plenty there to mull over, and then we've also got we also have community lore as well. So this gets input within the Pocket Realm, within our Pocket Realm, and on the Great Weave website that we've basically collaborated with the creators of that. And if you want to see more of that, we have got a Discord channel as well. So you can always check out that, and again, you can have discussions about your lore, what you should go direction-wise, or just say, this is my lore, welcome and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's just, honestly, you've got plenty of scope for creating your own settlements, your own characters, your lore behind your faction, having that included within our Pocket Realm as well. So yeah, honestly, it's if you're really into lore, all that kind of stuff, then you're certainly in the right spot. No, this is all. Is this? No, it's not wood. Just contemplating what things are.
We're meant to do this. I'm told that love would never lie. Where my head met my heart.
Concentration phase at the moment. For me, I'm just saying it's concentration phase at the moment.
What are you doing?
I'm trying not to smudge too much. No, I'm just doing the metal, like chains around this big wooden weapon. I think it's wood anyway, it might not be. Oh, no, that's all good. Let's go. I don't know why I was being so careful. It's not even wood. Let's go for it. Beautiful. Let's do some dry brushing on that later. And then I'll transform it.
I mean, that's the beauty of the painting, right? If it looks like something, just paint it however you want, right?
Oh, yeah.
If it's leather, or it's supposed to be leather, you could paint it like parchment. Who cares? Who knows?
Too right.
As long as you cover it up well, or as long as it makes some semblance of sense, it's fine.
Of course. So, Gamecraft, I've been painting for 30 years. She's been for 3. Her first figure was a Stormcast. She did a flame-like wet blend into the cape. Ooh. Wow. If you've got a picture of that, you could send... I'm not sure what socials you've got for our channel, but if you want to send that through, that would be awesome. I'd love to share that. Better than anything I've ever done. Threw a brush at her. Oh, not jealous at all there. That's awesome. That's awesome. That 30 years. I think I've been painting for. Oh, it's this song again. Good grief.
You feeling in a piratey mood?
I know, yeah. Get rid of that. None of that nonsense. Not Corsair. That's what the Corsairs sing, before they go on raids. You think they're all hard and all that? No. So yeah, I think I've been painting. You say 30 years. I've probably been painting. We've been in hobbies since. Oh, actually, it might have been 12. About 20 years, I'd say.
Did we just suddenly switch channels to Japanese?
No, it's this song. It's like you missed it at the beginning. There you go.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, it's part of the song. It's like a little Japanese intro.
Oh, okay. I was a bit confused there. I was like, what? Interesting. Could have sworn we were listening to English.
Let's see. Alright. So, chat, let us know what you're up to, what you're working on, all that good stuff. And again, if you're new to the channel, check it out. We do a lot of lore content here, which is community lore, our own lore as well. Obviously, feel free to post any comments. If you're rewatching this back, again, just post any comments down below if you like this type of content. Because again, this is our second time and streaming live, which first time was on Twitch, and then this is our first time on YouTube and Facebook, second time on Twitch. So yeah, just let us know if you like this format, because I think so far we're liking it, right, Matt?
Well, I mean, otherwise I'd just be painting in the dark alone.
In the dark.
I mean, like semi-dark.
Yeah. No, it's all good. No, in all seriousness, though, we are actually quite enjoying this. So we love connecting with the community as well, which is a massive part of this hobby for us. So, yeah.
Helps with the crippling loneliness.
Oh, I'll tell you what, I'm due a drink, I think.
Whiskey?
Oh no, decaf coffee.
I mean, if you were drinking whiskey or anything else strong, I mean, it's a great way to clean the brush too.
Not tried that myself, but yeah. Send you a couple links to her Lady and first figure on Insta as well. That's where okay, cool. Let's have a browse, shall we?
Let them burn it out. Sell them to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away. We feel betrayed.
Oh yeah, very good. Just there you go. Drop to follow on Lady Dragon 28. So very good work there. Loving it.
Because we're never dropping out. Beat the odds, beat the big house. The brains are bigger than the doubt. We've been thinking for ourselves, never let the
Hey, Paul. No, you didn't miss it. You're right on time.
Yo, Paul. How is thou? Ooh, that's very cool. So, Gamecraft, she's painting her whole Death Army from the realm of light.
Oh, how's that work?
That is a very cool concept. Love that. Be very intrigued to see what the color schemes are going to be like for that. That'll be pretty cool.
If she likes the lore for Lady Olinda, she should probably read into the Broken Realms Bellicor. It's coming up.
Oh, yes.
She plays a bit of a part in that.
Yes. I won't go into too much in that if no one's read it or anything, but yeah, it's very cool.
Yeah, no spoilers. Spoiler-free zone here.
Oh, yes, very much. Balls, thanks. East Coast US.
East Coast US, well done.
Welcome.
Reaching across the pond this time.
Yeah, reaching across the pond and realms. So, Paul, what do you collect? Shimmering and inviting death. Ooh. She does them in white and then does them. Okay. Opalescent wash over them using something air silver. So I'm not going to attempt to pronounce certain things.
It's Vallejo. It's a model paint brand.
Yeah,
I think they do other things aside from model paint as well, but Vallejo.
Okay.
It's a nice quality brand, apparently. I haven't had a chance to use. I want to get into them, but I have way too much Citadel paints at the moment.
Oh yeah, me too. That's to be honest, as Matt knows, I'm very much contrast painter, and there you go. Just
contrast paint is still one of those touchy subjects for some people. It seems. I still see people constantly saying that, oh, it looks like it's contrast paint. It looks terrible. But I'm like, no. But like, if you do it right, that's great. It's just another tool in your toolbox, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, contrast. I mean, as you know, I've converted massively. It's what I mainly use now for everything, and then tend to dry brush over it with certain things. But I don't. Yeah, it depends on how much time, because as you know, Matt, and obviously chat will know now, but I tend to go through armies quite quickly in terms of painting. Yeah, try to smash as many out as possible and in good quality, meaning not Golden Demon standard, but tabletop worthy. So Paul, just home from work, caught you in Disco. Oh, cool. I collect Free City and Slaanesh Army. Ah, very cool. Very cool. So Free City, are we talking like the Free Guild, the Immortal guys? Have we got Dwarden in there? Have you got elves, that kind of thing? The Great Weave. Very nice. So is that we use a mix of everything? Citadel, Contrast, Contrast. aka Army Painter, big palette. Wow. Yeah, you clearly have a lot more paints than I do. Put it that way.
My only concern about if I ever start like expanding my paint line is that I might, like, my army starts losing cohesion in a sense, because I'll be using, you know, this color combination for one, and then another combination for a different unit, etc., etc., etc. It just kind of changes over time, which is not bad in a way, but you know, I kind of like to have like a bit of cohesiveness, I suppose.
Yeah, I know, I get that. I mean, it depends on if you want to dedicate a whole army to a certain style. It's like, for instance, with the Skaven is pretty much where I dug heavy into contrast painting, and all of it's contrast, no dry brushing, everything's contrast. And then with Nighthaunt, I've used a mixture of contrast, obviously acrylic. I've used the like shading, washes, all that kind of stuff as well. And with like my ogres, I've used a bit of dry brushing, and mainly contrast, and that's about it. So I'd mix and match and all that kind of thing.
Yeah, I think like if I start a new army where I have like a fresh palette choice, I might grab into like a different brand of paints, just kind of test it out, see what I like.
Yeah. So, Paul, I actually have mostly steam tanks. Love it. Metal monsters, love it. City population is elves and humans are very cool. I need to check that on the Great Weave, actually. Very cool. And Slaanesh, is it like, have you gone mortal heavy, or have you got like some demons thrown in the mix? Gamecraft, I pick a palette for an army, and the entire army is that palette. Some variations, but they sit together.
Makes sense.
Like my Stormcast, all in silver with purple and green. Yeah, makes perfect sense. I think the only army that I've kind of mixed and matched, it's honest, I don't know, I've mixed and matched quite a bit recently. With my Sylvaneth, I've mixed and matched some of the bark. So some's like white, some are like more greyish tone. So they're still they blend nicely, but yeah, they still differ a little bit. And I suppose my Nighthaunt as well. Okay. These guys are coming along. You know,
how many more do you got going?
To be honest, I'm still working on the Iron Guts 4, but I just need to touch up a little bit of the boots, and then I'm going to move on to, I think I'm going to start moving on to the pants then. Paul, I haven't put the city on the weave. Ah, right, okay. So my Slaanesh are almost all demons. I have a few mortals. I built my own sub-realm. I have to put on the weave soon. Oh, very cool.
Oh,
see,
very nice.
That's very similar to kind of a vibe. Because we've got our own pocket realm. I'm pretty sure you know, but yeah, we've got our own pocket realm on there too, and called the Interstice. So, you know, we can look to collaborate with the realms as well, which would be pretty cool. Yeah, Soulbound as well, Matt. I'm not sure. Have you seen much videos? Like, 'cause obviously I've checked out YouTube videos and other stuff as well. It looks pretty decent.
Well, I mean, it looks like it just. I haven't seen much gameplay, like an actual sit down game of it. I've read things about it, or I've seen some videos introducing it and some of the mechanics behind it, which is all right. I mean, it's just kind of like a variation of any sort of pen and paper kind of RPG.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it sounds like it's fairly easy to get into.
Yeah.
I haven't had a chance to play into it, but it would be fun to do, I think.
No, for sure. I mean, I'll be game for it. I'd love it. I'd love it. I would.
We'll see when we get a chance, maybe once the lockdown kind of calms down a little bit.
No, for sure. Gamecraft. I need to finish my More Tribes Beast Claws eventually. Yes. That's what I'm working on now. I'm working on my More Tribe. I've not actually come up with a name for my More Tribe yet. Well, that is certainly something I'll look to do very soon. Because we've not actually had a destruction force yet on our Great Weave. What do you call it? On our Great Weave destruction area, which I think my Tyrant may be the first one there, which would be cool.
I'll be mostly occupying the chaos part of it, I think.
Yeah, I've only got Skaven really to go there, and need to do a bit of a story fleshing out. So I've added 2 more characters actually today.
I saw your Engine Rigger and your Aether Chemist.
No, it's Engine Rigger and the Nighthaunt. What do you call them? Not Knights of Shroud. The other chap. I can't remember the life of me what the hell they're called. That's what happens when you collect too many armies.
Or was it the Blade guys? No, not the Blade guys. The cavalry guy, right?
Yeah, it's the cavalry hero. Yeah, I'm just gonna check it out because it's starting to.
Is it the Knight of Shrouds on Spectral Steed or something? Is that it? Is that the one?
Hold on. Let's keep an eye on. Starting to irritate me. Dreadblade Harrow. There you go.
Oh, you're the Carcosa guy. Or sorry if I mispronounced that. Carcosa. I would explain why there's that Slaanesh symbol in there.
Oh yeah, oh yes, I know the part. Yes, I know that one now. I've actually read that. It's very cool. Obviously, we're still newish to the Great Weave and Discord and all that stuff, so we're still very getting used to obviously what folks actually reside there. But it is such a great community in that Discord. Which again, if you're checking this out for the first time, if you want to get involved in the Interstice Pocket Realm, have your characters, your stories told, obviously get them created within our Pocket Realm, all that kind of good stuff. We'll love to have you there. We're actually looking to do some potential like campaign event. No, I won't say campaign actually, more of an event kind of thing. Which is going to be like, I don't know, Matt, you could probably describe it better than me, but it's more of a like map kind of domination scenario kind of thing.
Yeah. So when I made this, when I made the Interstice, I kind of imagined it as like a way to get like a store campaign going, and then we would have like areas or territories where people can fight over, choose an allegiance or choose a side to pick to fight for, and then after a month of gaming, see who tallies up the most, and they conquer an area or whatever else, and stuff like that. It's just a way for like to show progression, to build up a campaign story, that kind of thing. I think that'd be cool to put online, just so everyone can participate. If you want to put up like a battle report of your own, that'd be great. Show us what happened in that region between your armies. Let us know what kind of epic tales have come forth, what kind of heroic deeds, etc., etc., etc.
Or betrayal.
It'd be fun to get back into like a multiplayer. Get back into the store and have like multiplayer games.
Oh yeah,
Those were always fun. Triumph and Treachery was always a fun way of playing. Although I didn't see Treachery very often. I think everyone's being too nice.
All right, Joe. Yeah, have fun. Enjoy the rest of the stream. Good vibes. Yeah, cheers. Take care, and hopefully see you soon.
Carcosa.
That is correct. Carcosa, yeah. It's stolen from the King in Yellow. I bet if you've read that.
The name sounds familiar. I'm not sure why.
I'm a mystery. A mystery that needs solving. Ay. Got a bit of metal on my Noblar. Don't want that, do we?
I don't know. Is that good? Is that bad?
Yeah, it's bad. Okay. That is the trim of the boots done. That's all the Basilicanum Grey done, which is awesome. I think I'm going to move on to the pants now, I think. That sounds good to me. Oh, cool.
I was actually wondering, Paul, like this Carcosa, the gate, where did you want that to pop up on the realm? Because I do want to update the map at some point or another. And,
yeah. So with this one, we've been talking in the the Discord a little bit on that, and it's in the newly created, where the what you call it, in the Haish kind of region where this this obviously the split happened.
Where it exploded. Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah, so it's like a rift has been created, and this is like kind of where this has actually been. Yeah, there you go. It's basically right there, Matt.
Zypher Peninsula. Gotcha. Okay, sure. I'll add it into the map once I update it, or the next time I update it.
Yeah, for sure, Matt, as well. We've got those a few other locations, the submissions as well. So we've got the Fire Slayer Lodge.
I'll have to collate all that together and kind of see if I can put it all together cohesively.
Yeah.
So you're going to need a bigger map.
Yeah, well, this is what we were thinking before, is potentially we'll have the map as it is, kind of thing, and then we'll have the additional kind of regional maps, if you like, where it breaks it down into a lot grander detail. And we can put all that on the Great Weave as well, which would be pretty cool. And then the beginning of our videos and all that kind of stuff, we can then go into more detail and zoom in the correct locations and all that kind of stuff, which would be really cool. So Paul, I used a lot of third-party minis for my Slaanesh. I got most of them well before the new GW waves came out. Oh yeah, fair point. What are your thoughts on that? No, all good. To be honest, we don't exactly. We ourselves use obviously mainly GW miniatures for now. But again, it's your lore, your characters, by all means.
I plan to step away from that at some point or another, I think.
Yeah.
Just to add a bit of variety.
Yeah, of course. I mean, if there's a really cool, like for me, like a Necromancer model or a really cool Ogre or Dwarf model or something like that I really want to get involved with from like elsewhere, I wouldn't necessarily, for myself anyway, get a whole army that's different. Unless, I don't know, I'd probably, for me personally, Matt, obviously you may be different here, but for me personally, I'd probably choose individual heroes, if you like. I'll choose in that sense.
Yeah, I think for like special heroes, special characters, or like large big units or large big models, I would potentially dabble into other companies' third-party models and whatnot, just because it makes it stand out quite a bit more. Especially if there's like for example, bloodthirsters. There's variations, I guess, but they all kind of look very similar with the same pose, different kind of arms, different weapons, I suppose. But I think I'd consider getting something from like say like Creature Caster or something like that, just to have a bit of variety in what it looks like.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I was going to say like a heroic, I don't know, let's say heroic Stormcast, but then again, there's not very many third-party Stormcasts around, is there?
No. But no, I was going to say with Paul's kind of overall arcing question, use what you want, really.
Yeah.
As long as it's obviously, it depends on which and how you want to phrase that question. Do you mean like, is it okay to use within the Interstice pocket realm? Definitely. That's
by all means.
Yeah. I wrote the narrative. Yeah. Okay. Near the base. Very cool. Very cool. Gamecraft. As long as everyone is clear what the figure is, your army is yours. Yeah, I agree. 100%.
Exactly. I mean, unless you're planning to participate in some like GW specific events.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
No one's going to make a big deal out of it.
No.
I don't think. Or at least no one should make a big deal out of it. If you're playing with people that are like being that nitpicky about the models that you use, maybe you shouldn't be playing with them anyways.
Paul, it would be interesting to see the denizens, both mortal and demon, of Carcosa. Yeah, I want to say Carcosa, start making contacts through the portal, and how the Dread Hallow Godseekers get along with a pretender. Very true. I think we'll have to get the Dread Hallow guy who submitted this, get him involved in the action. I use the Dares Demonettes for my little girls, and yes, third-party minis are mostly for keeps of secrets. Yeah, they're supposed to be infinite in form, so too many of the same is meh. Yeah, no, that honestly, that makes perfect sense.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you what, I don't know about you guys in chat as well and Matt, but dear Lord, well, I suppose in the UK it's when summer comes and it's actually gets rather warm. Dear Lord, it's going to be difficult streaming. I'm sweating as it is. You would just need to crack open a window, isn't it?
I know. I would crack open a window during the summertime here, but the noise outside. I think once I move, it'll be a bit better, just because I'm not in like a busy street once I move.
Yeah, very true.
But right now, because with lockdown being over, well, lightened up a little bit.
Yeah,
people are going to the bars, drinking, etc. And if they walk by, it is loud.
Oh, Gamecraft. I'm kit bashing a bunch of Caradron. Very cool. I want to see those. As well as some third-party dwarfs.
That's cool.
Squats for okay, for 40k. Very cool.
That's a cool idea.
Whenever I post my Caradron Overlords on Instagram, I always get something around squats. Variety keeps it interesting. Yeah, for sure. And plus, it's at the end of the day, it's your own army, right? So.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, what's the point of having your own army if you can't, customize it or make it yours? Exactly. I mean, kit bashing can get you to a certain degree, but like sometimes kit bashing is just not that feasible for certain things. You can't. It's very hard for you to kit bash a full, large scale demon. I mean, could you imagine trying to kit bash, I don't know, like Marathi somehow? Yeah, just some models just can't be kit bashed. You have to either go with what is there, or you have to find a third party equivalent. And I think there's plenty of third party equivalents. It's just a matter of finding what one suits you.
Yeah, no, I agree. Definitely. I'm just looking for a certain colour for my pants.
Brown, so that when I surprise you...
Yeah, shot myself. It's actually brown I'm looking for as well. It's just got like so many different types.
Oh, I see. You're ready to fight me then.
Oh yes, I have my pants ready. I love the narrative communities towards this stuff. I firmly agree. Converting and mix matching is how to make your dudes your dudes. Very, very true. True words from Paul.
Yeah, I always found it very interesting how some people get really tied up about like having things look official or what's the word for it? Canon, I guess. Like people love painting them. Oh, I have to use this specific paint to get to this specific color because that's how this specific faction looks like, and I can't have it any other way. But it's still your army. You can do whatever you want, really.
Yeah.
I mean, my Stormcast, for example, they're painted up my own specific way. It's Roman inspired at best, and even then, it's kind of loosely inspired. But like, I play them with whatever army allegiance or army powers that I want, just because it's what I want them to be.
Yeah, of course, for sure.
There's no point in tying yourself down to specific rules and paints. Because I mean, what if you like a specific rule in your army, but you hate their paint style? Are you going to force yourself to paint a certain way just so you can get that rule?
Yeah. Well, to be honest, I was going to say, I agree with you there, 100% on that. So Paul says, "Oh really? Oh really? You should see one of my Soul Grinder kit bashes. That'll be interesting."
Soul Grinder. Oh my!
Yeah. Is it on? Is it on the Great Weave or something? Oh. If not, just share it on the Great Weave and we'll check that out. Oh, I need to do some touches up first before we move on to pants. Gamecraft. I still love the 40k Orc Stomper made from a Mr. Potato Head. Best kit bash I've ever seen.
Also something I would like to see. That's interesting.
I was going to say, yeah. No, I'll have to share it. Yeah, for sure, Paul. Go for it, mate. I ain't seen it. That's awesome. Sounds really interesting.
Yeah, I could see if you're playing like bolt action or World War II stuff that's historical. You'd probably want a fair bit of realism, a fair bit of sticking to what they're supposed to look like. It's very hard to. I mean, if you're playing against someone, it's kind of weird to bring out your neon pink Germans onto the battlefield, or your like fluorescent green Roman army. You kind of have to stick with what they look like historically.
Yeah, I mean, if you are leaning towards that kind of game style and all that stuff, yeah, for sure. All right, so you okay? No, you're not. Damn all these. Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna leave that. I'll move on. Let's get the focus on the pants, Christian. Focus on the pants.
This is your daily mantra. Focus on the pants. Focus on the pants.
On the pants. Just focus on the pants. I 1, 2, 3, go. Pants. To be honest, it's been really good stream in the sense of obviously you good folks who are here right now. We've had some people come and go, of course. It's just been really awesome having community get involved and just have a bit of fun with us, just talking shop.
Thanks for bringing the chat up, because I mean, I'm a terrible conversationist.
Tell me about it.
That's why I write. That's why I write. I can write stuff down, don't have to talk. It's fine. It's great.
It's the best way.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's all good. So
yeah, exactly. Definitely.
Yeah, pure historicals are different. Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. Different, for sure. The joy of AOS at 40k is the freedom of creativity. Very true. possibilities in it endless are endless, to be honest.
It's okay, Dave. You don't need to scream. We're here for you.
Dave! All right, mates. It seems we chat more often than not. I think it's on a daily basis, right? How's it going? What are you working on? What are you doing, Dave? Just been talking a little bit about the Interstice and all that good stuff, and then we ended up obviously just playing catch up on some conversions and possibly using some outside GW minis for our own, which is pretty cool. Which, you know what, I'm going to start looking at as well for, I suppose, I'm just trying to think actually what army you could potentially use it for.
You know, I've just realized.
Go on.
You know how like the first video where I narrated the whole thing to introduce the Interstice?
Yeah.
You've kind of latched onto the accent, the pronunciation I used for that, for the Interstice. I think it's technically, you're supposed to pronounce it as Interstice. But you've latched onto the funny accent that you...
Interstice.
Yeah. Because I kind of went with like, I don't even know what accent that was. Like some Eastern European kind of accent, I guess. The Interstice. You just latched onto that. So
I really people have called it the Interstice as well. So
Interstice, all good.
Yeah, so it is what it is, right?
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Tomato.
Interstice. Well, you know, I am European, so it's all good. I'll go with that.
No, according to Brexit, you are no longer European. I'm sorry.
We are within. We won't go down this route, but we are still part of Europe. Not the European Union.
Continental. Yes.
So yes, definitely. What program editing software do you use to make your photographs look like paintings? You have a lot of them on your showcase, and I'm curious. Well, my friend, do you use? Let me get my phone because it's actually on the phone app. So it's called Clip 2 with the number 2 comic. So Clip 2 comic is what I use. Let's see if I just put it in chat now.
I think it's the one where you can kind of like have a slider to choose how comic-y or how distorted it looks, right?
Yeah.
It's quite good, that. I think if you were trying to achieve that similar look on like Photoshop or CorelDRAW or whatever else, or GIMP, I think it would take quite a bit more effort. So having an app to do it for you, it's quite nice.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I was going to say, well, Paul said he'd be right back, so I missed the answer, so it's a good job I put it in chat. Okay, I think we can now move on to, I'm going to say pants again because that's what it is. I'm going to move on to the pants.
I thought you were already focusing on the pants.
I was, yeah. I was doing a bit of tidying up first because, you know, needs must, but... Okay. We're going to make them look pretty and frilly.
Pretty and frilly. The ogres of high fashion.
Alright, Gamecraft. Alright, chums, got a run. Dropped a like and a sub. Thank you very much. Pop by for one of my streams or tutorials if you get a chance. Cheers. No worries, mate. I will try to pop by. If you just ping it through on a Instagram, or if you've got ours on Instagram or anything, yeah, just pop it on there and I'll check it out and drop you a follow on there as well. Thank you for stopping by. Dave, so finish Mocha City. Oh, tell you what, Dave, your zombies look really, really good. Did a great job on those. And you've also done your bats, right? And those lovely chaps at GW featuring the zombies on tomorrow's roundup. Whoop, whoop. Awesome.
I find that interesting. How are they going to say? I mean, they're kind of muted the whole Cursed City box now, so what are they going to say about that?
Oh dear. No. Sorry, just
What's up? Okay.
Just in my the Noblars in the way again. But yeah, honestly, you got really good stuff going on there with your Curse City, from what I've seen. Looks really, really cool. I've always been tempted just because I love the whole theme and everything about the actual box. I'm actually listening to the audiobook at the moment for Curse City. It's pretty cool.
Was there an audiobook? I didn't know that.
Yeah. I'm just listening to that at the moment, and I'm liking it. We've been introduced to the Vampire Hunter and I think it's one of the mages. Yeah, I've only chapter 1 has just basically completed, so just learning as I go. But yeah, it's so far I'm liking it. Cheers. Yeah, done all the small models now. Excellent. So what are you working on next? That vampire ogre and the vampires. Oh, this looks so good. All the hero characters just look so damn good. Like the KO one as well, and everything. I'm just a massive fan of it all. This is why I've got a problem. That's why I buy everything, because I just like it all. I can find positives. So good.
Just a bit of an addict. It's all right. It's all good.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all good. Let's do a massive giveaway. With one of my armies, I'll just do massive like a giveaway. Like every army going. It's like, fancy giving away this. So yeah, the model's great and also fit into all my AOS armies. That is what I like to hear. And I love to hear two things there, that they fit into all of them. And the second one is armies, that you have more than one, because I know you do. Yeah, onto the heroes next. Very cool. I'm going to take some water because needs must. Dehydrated like hell. Okay. So, half the pants are done on each one. And now I'm on to the other one. As you can see, doing half the pants and then I'll move on to the other half. So once these iron guts are done, and then I've got some Noblars just that need painting up, and then I've basically got a unit of Gutbusters, a Giant, and the Cannon, can't remember what it's called. It's got those three things left then, and that's the Ogre box done.
Oh, nice. Well done.
And pretty much, I think it is like a 2K army right there. So, but I do want to get the...
That's impressive.
I want to get the Beastclaw Raider box as well. Often the mounted ones, because first they look really cool. The second, I think I just need a bit of oomph in the army, because Gutbusters aren't really, the bee's knees, if you want to say that. And I've got only a unit of 4 iron guts, so I need something with a bit more punch.
I thought the ogres hit fairly hard already, don't they?
Yeah, they are decent. And I was just thinking more like, I just wanted something, it's quick moving. And I think I can't remember the hell you call it. I need to find my book to talk some sense. But the mounts themselves, I think they can be really tough. Obviously, then you got the frost one as well. So I need to. But then this is the problem, right? We haven't actually had a battle yet, and we haven't gone through it all. So.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Yeah, it's just trying to remember all these rules and everything without even using them yet.
That's the thing. It's really hard to say or hard to gauge like how effective a unit is until you've actually used them.
For sure, yeah. Although not sure the Ogre Hero would be welcome. Yeah, no, yes, your Stormcast Eternals have a hatred for ogres. So I'm gonna, in my story, my lore, my tyrant, is going to fight your guys, right? And they give your Stormcast Lord a bit of a duffin, and then no, I was only joking. I am going to name drop them though, because I think there will be a bit of a skirmish in his story at one point. In fact, you need to, I think with your Stormcast Eternals as well, you're going to come up with your settlement, right? In terms of where you want them to be based as well. Okay, what color should I use? So, okay. Oh, yes. Let's use the Griff Charger Grey. David, bring it on. Love it. I'll tell you what, this guy. He's coming for you, Dave. I'll tell you. He's coming for you. I think we're just going to have to roll some dice online. Have a one-on-one combat, roll some dice online, and see who wins.
Well, if you've been looking on the Weave, I've put up a chat about duels and these rules I've made for duels.
I did glance at it, yeah.
So if you got like someone that you want to fight online, just bring out your heroes.
Ooh, I like that. That's awesome. Have a duel off to see which army, obviously, not army, but you could say army if you want, but just as like a little story factor kind of thing, just to see who wins.
Yeah, exactly.
Obviously, we'll have to be the referees, but can't exactly have like a purposely selected hero like Archeon against Skink Priest or something.
Yeah, it's just not fair for Archeon.
No, of course. It needs to be balanced. Oh, I'm liking that. I am liking that. Question is, should I do them all the same colour pants? No. I've mixed and matched, so I'm going to do the same now for these. Dave, be right back. No worries, mate. No worries. So, anyone in chat, welcome to the stream. And yeah, if you've not checked out our channels, our socials, please do so. You'll find a lot of lore content and community lore there as well, which is always good. And if you have any questions, just let us know. That will do nicely. Matt, this is the fabled battle, right?
Oh god, that. What a bloodbath. What a bloodbath. Unfortunately, far too much of it was my blood.
Let's snake back leather. I'm going to use that. I'm going to use wildwood. Yes, I am. Go grunt of fur. That's. I'm not going to use that. Yes, why not? Let's go with a bit of purple. How you getting on there, Matt?
Gotten a lot of base coats on here. Gonna be working on metallics next, I think.
Oh, cool.
And then washes. We'll see. We'll see how this goes.
Yeah.
Always kind of wary about painting black armor, just because I don't know. I feel like there's less room for me to do much with it. But we'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, the nice thing about GW models is there's usually plenty of other details that'll catch the eye, so it's all right.
Yeah. To be honest, as you know, with my Stormcast Eternals, they're all Black, but I've gone for, mainly because I've always liked someone wanted to do black armor for those guys, but I just love the speed of which can get it done as well. With
It's just black armor and then dry brush.
Pretty much, yeah. And
That's all
just,
right.
then just tidy up a little bit.
Yeah.
I've been tempted, to use Blood for the Blood God for the weapons or faith, some of these ogres.
Yeah, go for it. Why not?
That's it, though. I just don't really think I'm well equipped or well skilled for that. I know it should be pretty
It's Blood for the Blood God. It's pretty straightforward. You just dab it on.
Yeah, that's it. I know you just like meant to splash it on, all that kind of stuff. But I'm like,
I think the golden rule is just like less is more in general. So I mean, like a couple of splashes, a couple of dots, and that's enough, really, for most people.
Right, so I've used that. So come on, Christine, pick a damn color. Right. What color have we gone for with these? Bit of purple. Okay. Let's go with yellow. I'm actually quite liking these yellow pants.
Yellow pants.
Oh yeah. But my ogres have gone kind of quirky. Got yellow, I've got a bit of purple. Basically, it's just like mismatched cloth kind of thing.
Well, I don't imagine them to be very much into the textiles industry, so it's probably whatever they get.
Exactly that. Okay, so that's the pants done. They're coming along quite nicely, these guys now.
How do you plan on doing the giant then?
Yeah, that's going to be a tough one. Especially if I'm gonna use contrast, then I'm gonna have to use a lot of the medium, to get the I need it down as like thin coats as possible, kind of thing.
Yeah, just to get smooth.
Yeah, because otherwise it's going to be blotchy as hell.
Maybe he has a skin condition. It's all good. Just get rid of it. He's got very sensitive skin.
Oh man. Let's look at your Khorne character at the moment.
Ah, yes, my Slaughter Priest.
Mm-hmm.
I might have to go and touch up his tattoos at some point. His face tattoo. I tried to do it like Mike Tyson-ish, but not sharp enough. Not very sharp enough. I'll have to try it again at some point.
Dave, don't go too thick with Blood for the Blood God. Yeah, if you apply too many layers, it can get quite goopy, right? Depends on what you want to go for. I mean, if you want it like really thick and goopy and like all that kind of stuff, then yeah, I suppose. But I'm not too sure because I've already painted them up, and like if I mess it up, I'm like, you have to go over it again, repaint all that kind of stuff. I'm like, I don't really fancy that.
It's all right. Just strip it, redo it.
I used Summon a Hero. I did from the Cursed City. I posted it the other day. Ooh, let's check that out. Awesome. So, Gamecraft, the guy who joined us earlier, he's actually got his own YouTube as well. So, I'll check that out.
Practice on sprue, that's always good advice. Yeah, if there's any like painting technique or new paint or whatever else that you want to test out, sprue. Always test on sprue.
Oh yeah. Yeah, let's just see my face everywhere. What's going on? There you go.
You are the face of Dice Sagas.
Alright, Dave. Here we go. I'm going to check out your posts. Ooh, yes. That was very cool. Tell you what, your bat's looking pretty good as well, Dave. Your zombies look awesome. It might be something I'm going to look into, actually, Matt. For future streams and stuff like that, if we do, what do you call it? Sunsproof, indeed. Like for people's like pictures and stuff, get up our Instagram account and look to, like if anyone wants to share some of their pictures and stuff like that, of their miniatures, that'd be pretty cool.
Pretty good idea.
Oh yeah,
I'm sure plenty of people want to show off what they got. Strut your stuff.
Aaron, hello, my friend. How are you? Thanks for joining.
Hello.
You up to anything? What are you painting? Working on law? Hobby? Chilling? I think I'm going to do a bit of snake bite leather. Get these belts sorted. Tell you what, I cannot say enough good things about snakebite leather. Yeah, the contrast.
What does that look like? That's like a kind of an orangey brown, right?
Yeah, in a way. Yeah. I'm not the best at describing that kind of thing, but yeah, I'd lean towards that. Very.
Aaron, all good. Been working on some night haunts from Mortal Realms magazines. Nice, nice. How far into the subscription are you into?
Night haunts, very, very cool. Man after my own heart, right there. We were just earlier in the stream. We were talking about good old Lady Olinda. How cool she looks.
I think she's part of the Mortal Realms subscription thing as well.
Isn't she?
You get her in. I think so. I think I saw her on like the big contents list or contents picture. I think it hasn't shown up yet, so I think it's pretty late in the subscription series.
Ah, well, if that's the case, that is damn good. Oh yeah, for sure, Dave. We'll share your story, on Instagram as well. I was just saying, in the future streams as well, we'll look to try and compile like a list of, what do you call it, like community work that obviously, I'm not going to choose random ones, people who have spoken with and stuff. If they want to submit theirs as well, then look to share their work as well, which would be pretty cool.
Yeah, the Mortal Realms subscription thing is quite nice. It introduces people into the hobby very well. Gives you a good steady supply of models to paint. Nothing too overwhelming, but something to start off with. If I remember correctly, I think they're doing a second series of or maybe it's just rumored or it's planned, but they're doing a second series of the 40k one. I think they're calling it Indomitus.
Not sure. So it's just on number 58, so waiting for the next load to be delivered. Got me into Warhammer, so it's been great for me learning how to paint. Oh, for sure. That's awesome. Matt, how long have you been painting for now? Because I know you've been in the hobby for a few years, right?
I started when I moved to the UK, so about 3 years ago. No, 4 years ago now.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, I started the hobby about 20 years ago, I'd say. And then I've been painting, because obviously when I was, joining the hobby and stuff, when I was about 12 or so, I wasn't really painting much at all. And then, so I've been painting, I'd say, for about 10 years, I'd say. So I had the army of grey.
As you do.
Yeah. Dave, right, need to shoot. Have a good rest of the stream. Yeah, honestly, Dave, thank you for stopping by and showing your support on all that good stuff. Have a good evening.
Yeah. So they're getting ready to preview issue 1 for the 40k one, so that's nice. Yeah, I'm sure it's gonna be like Necrons and Space Marines. I think last time it was Space Marines and I think it was the not Nurgle. Is it Nurgle? Nurgle. The Plague Marines or those things.
Nurgle.
I'm not all that into 40k lore, so I have no idea what things are called there.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Let's see, Matt. It's totally a different topic, but what did you think about the Lord Kroak model?
I like the style of it. I'm not all that into Seraphon stuff, so I'm kind of neutral on it. It's a nice looking model. I like how they're going with a lot of like gravity defying models nowadays. It's kind of hilarious.
Yeah, no, for sure.
It just shows how far this hobby has gone, really. Because way back when, if you look at old models, they were pretty like square, like chunky, blocky, like solid, very solid, sturdy stuff. Don't imagine them moving very much. But now there's just so much movement in that's just just displayed through their poses, through the way scenery or bases kind of interact with the models, things like that. It's just so nice.
For me, there's a lot of nostalgia with Lord Kroak because, again, it's Lizard Men being the very first army kind of thing that I was into as a kid.
Was it?
Oh yes, dinosaurs.
I suppose so. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so that for me was just the whole thing. Just absolutely loved it, and
I guess I should be expecting a Seraphon army landing in your inventory at some point.
Yeah, I'd only say if if they actually brought out like brand new models for the Seraphon in terms of like the Saurus warriors and stuff.
Yeah, they're a bit dated.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, if they brought out brand new Saurus warriors and Cold War Knights, they're Lords, they need updating. But if they brought out those kind of stuff, then yeah, I'd be really into it. Because the Slam Age Priests for me, they're just so good. I just love Slam Age Priests. They always have. Big toes.
I think there's a possibility for that kind of thing because they updated. They got the what was it? Underworld's warband for the Seraphon now. They look very nice, new models. So there's a chance. I think the Warhammer Underworld's models kind of like are a good foretelling of things to come, perhaps.
Perhaps, yeah. Aaron, so yeah, I've been sticking to AOS. Good man. Looking into some Warcry warbands. As I just recently finished Iron Golem. Oh, cool.
Cool.
Which I put pictures on my Instagram. If your Instagram, do you want to just put a link to it in chat? That'd be cool. You can check that out. I'll drop you a follow on there as well.
Don't box me in. Don't, or I'll leave. I'd rather be a dreamer. I'd rather be free. I'd rather be a leader. I'd rather be a queen. I'd rather be a singer in a trashy cover band. I'd rather be a closer. I'd rather be
Yeah, got a little bit there.
I'd rather be a poser in a magazine. I'd rather be pretty much anything else than your machine.
I missed a bit of Silicon Grey. Need to get that out again. So it was a joy.
I like Silicon Gray or Gray. It's a nice color to work with. It's also good for like blending into other contrast paints. What I did was for my what I will be doing. I've done this before already for a commission piece, but for the Warcry band, the Untamed Beasts, they're mostly fur, leather, and skin. So if you do the skin tone, I think I used Dark Oath. Basically gone through over everything that was skin and leather. And then I used Basilicanum Gray over the leather bits, and that tints the skin color just enough to make it look like leather.
Okay. That's very cool.
Pro tip,
yeah.
Or semi-amateur tip.
I'll keep them coming. Yeah, because to be honest, I literally just paint it at face value in terms of Silicanum Grey. I've used it for obviously armor, stone, that kind of thing, with a bit of dry brushing afterwards. So I've kept it very, very basic. None of this fancy stuff, Matt.
Well, the thing is, like contrast paints. Well, contrast paints gives you a lot of options to do. I mean, if you do it straight up, it's fine, absolutely fine. Looks fine as is, but you can open up a lot more.
Fine too many times for it to be fine.
Okay, look. I'm trying to backtrack there. Trying not to hurt your feelings, but
too late, mate. Too late.
Plenty of time for hurt feelings after I crush your armies.
That's exactly that. Oh, dear.
I'll still be here when you're gone. Gather souvenirs.
Speaking of crushing armies, I think I'm gonna. Do you know what did we say, or did we agree with a timeline for like when Chapter 2 is after the shattering?
We actually haven't.
Like weeks, months, days, years.
I was thinking years, to be honest.
Years,
so,
sure.
Yeah, just so we can get established. We can get people established there and stuff like that.
Yeah, sure.
That would be pretty cool. Paul's back. Paul, it is clip 2 comic. I've put the you'll see the comment at the top anyway. But yeah, it's clip 2 comic is what you're after. It's a mobile phone app is what I use. Jimmick is my Instagram name. I think we follow each other already. Oh, mate, there you go. Legend.
So yeah, speaking of crushing defeats, after my Stormcasts lose at the point of the shattering, I think I'll have them wake up and I'll make a little mini little video thing that we can use. Just having them wake up and describe what's happened.
Ah, very cool.
Long nap. Gotta sleep off the failure and shame.
To be honest, I've got to do a lot of narrative videos as well for, like, the Warcry Warband that I got, and even just like characters as well, and armies and stuff. I haven't really fleshed out like Mortine. Oh, I've done Mortine, sorry, but I've not really
Mortine,
done. Yeah, just not really done his his army, and or that kind of like the faction itself, kind of thing.
Hmm.
You remembered. Yes. Okay. I think we are going strong with these. Just need to touch up a little bit here and there, but yeah, pretty happy with the progress. What about you, Matt? What are you thinking for your like characters and a lot of videos? Because you've got still a few to put on the Great Weave, haven't you, with your armies?
Like all of them, basically.
Yeah.
I haven't put any on the Grey Weave yet. I really should.
Right.
I mean, I have, brief little bits for some of them. Not very many, though. I think for most of my Chaos guys, I haven't really written much aside from like a quick little intro to them, which I suppose suffice.
No,
I want to flesh them out a little bit more just to get a better idea of who they are, and what they're doing.
Yeah, well, this is it. With my like KO, my engine rigger, you've seen that, haven't you? So it's like a paragraph, and then my Knights of Shroud is like a bit more in depth and so on. So it does vary in terms of how much detail put into my characters to an extent.
I suppose you can just evolve it over time, really.
So Paul's got a question. So, what is your opinion on using unit types out of lore? So, example being having a soul grinder being built in a place other than Soul Forge. In my case, 2 special snowflake.
No, go for it. I don't see why not.
Seriously,
it's narrative lore. Like I don't like. There's no reason why you have to limit yourself to what's official canon, I think, in my mind at least, except for like named characters maybe, or like taking stuff that's very, very tied into the lore. Like if I'd find it very odd to like say Nagash shows up here and he's going to start being friendly with Archaon,
using life magic.
Yeah, whatever. Like he picks up his sword and starts swinging it around in some sort of a Cities of Sigmar. He wants to join a soulbound group or something. It's like, wouldn't make sense. But like if you're trying to have like a non-named hero or character be, even if I can't think of an example, but like doing something out of character or having them originate from somewhere, or doing something that's uncharacteristic for them, but has like a story to back it up. I don't see why not.
No, same. So, Aaron, what is your favorite AOS faction to paint? Ooh. To paint. For me, because my paint style is contrast, and I enjoy speed painting. Because for me, my time is, I like doing other things as well in terms of like creating narrative and other bits, and obviously creating these videos and so on. So for me, speed painting is key, and to a good level, in terms of tabletop ready and still looks decent. I'd probably say Skaven is up there in terms of being able to get out an army quickly, to a good level, using contrast paints, of course. But in terms of, I don't know, I suppose it's not my favorite faction, but to paint, I'd probably say it is, just for simplicity. Matt, what about you?
I think the faction I've painted the most of is probably Stormcast at this point. And I think I enjoy them the most, I would think. Just because I kind of like the variety of the units. Or not variety, but like, they're... Whoops. Ooh, I got paint all over my hands. Ugh. I mean, they have enough variety between the units and differences between the units to keep them interesting, but at the same time, they are fairly similar, so I don't have to vary too much. So I find that enjoyable. I have like I said initially, a lot of unit cohesions. Like a lot of them have shared paint schemes, but then they have specific details that are a little bit different, such as the helmet, or maybe a cape, or this, that, and the other, and that keeps it interesting, I find. Not only that, but like the model range just has like a simple variety to it. I like that.
So as you can see right there, two very different answers.
Yeah, we're quite different, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. That's what's good.
Mind you, I haven't painted very many different armies, so my answer might change over time.
I'd say the most rewarding is paint, because again, the time, effort, and everything I put behind it, I think, is my Kharadron Overlords. The ships. I think I spent a lot of time with the detail, and this is before I used contrast. I think with the Kharadron Overlords, the amount of effort and time I put into the actual individual models and characters and the ships themselves are epic. I think they are my most. I get the most reward out of it in terms of how I feel about it when I see it. But
now that brings up a good question then. Would you feel the same way if you put all that effort back into your other armies? Because right now you're using contrast a lot. So does that mean that's taken away from this value or this feeling of accomplishment that you're...
No, it's a different type. It's a different type of accomplishment to an extent, I'd say. Just because when I get like Skaven done as an example, all the Sylvaneth, all contrast. For me, seeing them completing an army is like, not, you never truly complete an army, but in terms of
not for you at least,
not for me at least, yeah. But yeah, so seeing them fully painted is always awesome, and using contrast paints, because again, when you use contrast paints, I like the simplicity of it. I like the speed you get out of it, because before that, I was always like taking time. Then you do your layers, and you do your shading, all that kind of stuff, all that jazz. But now, vast majority of that's stripped out of my painting now. It's literally contrast. It's you do your base, do contrast, and then pretty much that's it in my painting. And if you go on Instagram, you can see, obviously, the painting there and stuff like that. I think it's pretty decent in terms of tabletop standard.
Oh yeah, and I think that's the whole purpose of it, right? It's just to get to a tabletop standard. And I think contrast paints does that very, very well.
So in terms of reward, I still get a reward out of seeing an army finished and all that kind of stuff. And I also get even more because I'm like, ooh, I can paint more armies, which I love doing. I love painting miniatures. But yeah, so in a way, a contrast has been a saving grace to an extent, because even though, it was great, because obviously I'm using all different techniques and a load of other stuff for the Kharadron Overlords. But if I had contrast paints before I painted those guys, I would have used contrast paints for sure. I just love the technique. So I think before contrast paints came out, I'd say KO is probably my favorite. But then since contrast paints came out, I'd probably say Skaven, just out of the simplicity. But then again, we'll see how the Flesh Eater courts go when I eventually get those guys as well.
I mean, those will be fairly simple and straightforward, I imagine, as well.
Yeah, which is great.
I'm not sure what they have like as a pale kind of death kind of flesh thing for contrast paints. I'm sure there is one, though.
That's what I'm kind of looking for at the moment. I'm not too sure either. Some severe contemplation on that.
I mean, to be fair, even if you don't go with contrast paints, I think fleshier quartz are simple enough in their model. Just simple enough in their model making that you can just probably.
It's not grand detail, is it?
No, I mean, they're supposed to look kind of grungy to a degree, aren't they? So, I mean, you just dry brush them fairly well, fairly hard, and that could be a fairly decent paint job already for them. Yeah. I think, at least.
Yeah.
I mean, like, if you, like, base them, I mean, if you throw them on, like, let's see, throw over, like, Wraithbone or something like that, a light colored undercoat or a base coat, spray coat, and then shade them with like Caraber Crimson maybe, and then just dry brush something, pallid witch flesh or something like that. You're done. That's it. Because the Carroburg will give you that kind of like fleshy, kind of sickly look to it, and then just dry brush over it. You got it. You're done.
Nice.
I think, at least.
Yeah, I'll take your word for it, because obviously you've I've stepped back from the classic paints. So, but for now,
anyway, classic paints, you can get like stuff really quickly done, depending on what you want to do, depending on how much detail, and depending on what the models are. Like I said, fleshy quartz, or even skeletons, or anything undead. I think you can probably get away with like getting a good base coat, or a good spray coat, and then a good shading and dry brushing, and I'll get you probably like 80% there.
That was a thought-provoking question. That was this late an hour.
Not used to thinking this late.
Uh-huh. Careful, does it? Not to get on my yellow pants. Still going strong there, Matt?
Getting there. Yeah, I think
so
I've gotten all the gold trim. Most of the other base colors, I think. And then I think I got silver bits to do left, or iron bits to do left.
Okay, cool. Nice.
And then wash, and then layers and highlights.
Very cool. I've got probably a good about an hour or two left on these, I think. So they're done. But obviously I'll be for another stream, that. Or even off stream.
Off stream, perhaps, yeah.
Yeah.
You're not forced to do things on stream.
No, but it's always good to get, if this is going to become a normal format for us, then it's always good to have like a little project that you can work on during it.
You say that as if your pile of shame is not, a mile
Big
high.
enough.
It's like, oh no, whatever will I do for the stream? If you look behind you, there's plenty of boxes, I'm sure. I know I do.
No, I've got plenty. I mean, in the loft at the moment, or under the bed, or basically any room you go into.
Anywhere where there's spare storage, basically.
Storage, yeah. Anyway, let's thank everyone in chat as well for stopping by. It's been awesome. If you do have any questions as well regarding the Pocket Realm that we do, if you're brand new to the channel, then obviously please check out our videos. We do very much community lore videos, plus narrative battle reports, and our own lore videos too, set in the Interstice Pocket Realm, or Matt may pronounce it differently now. But yeah, just check out the videos, and if you have any questions, just let us know, because we love to get obviously more of the community involved in our Pocket Realm, get their stories told, their characters, locations, factions, all that kind of good stuff. Paul, so my pile of shame is enormous because I have too many projects. Oh yes, know the feeling well. My Slaanesh have been my most consistently gifted with lore. Cool. That's one thing I need to work on a lot more, to be honest.
What, the lore bit?
Yeah, because I've focused obviously a lot of my spare time on painting and just getting the channel done and other bits, as you know, like editing and other bits. So, and obviously social media and other bits. But I think with like the lore aspects, I need to be in a certain zone kind of thing to do it. So I normally plan like an evening or something just to try and like draft out some lore, or just even during the day if I think of something really cool, just jot it down, make a few notes, that kind of stuff. How do we submit a community lore video if we want to make one? Not to follow up Dread Hallow with more Slaanesh or anything. Yeah, so it's on the Great Weave. So if you just put your video in there, not video, if you put your lore story into the Great Weave, just drop us a note in the Discord as well, in the Interstice community lore section. And then we can obviously discuss like pictures of your army if indeed you do have it. If you don't have the pictures in your army, that's a different thing altogether. And obviously we can look to just discuss what images and other bits that I'll look to use in that video. But yeah, if you just go into the Discord and obviously just reach out to us in the community lore section, and we can just get to chatting. I mean, it's one of the reasons why I really got into it as well. I just love telling stories and love hearing stories, and I think helping the community in any way in terms of getting their stories told. And if we've got like a format, then all the better. And then we can obviously have them in the Pocket Realm, get the community involved, and obviously if we do like Soulbound or anything like that in the future, we may visit these locations, or certain character names may be mentioned, all that kind of stuff. So it'll be really interesting, because it's not like we won't have a shortage of potential characters or lore to utilize or to stumble across, for instance, or anything like that. Even in actually our battles as well. This one of our Warcry battle reports that we did recently. Well, I said recently, it was probably about a month ago now. The Sylvaneth versus Age of Nagash. What am I about? Legions of Nagash. That was actually Age of Nagash. That's actually based near Hell's Peak, which was a community submission as well. Fireslayer Lodge, which was very cool. So the king got mentioned, the location got mentioned before the battle, like a little intro. In fact, I think this is the one that's on screen right now, actually.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah.
Good timing.
Yeah. Ooh, yes. Put it in the Carcassonne Gateway bit. That'd be awesome. Well, as Matt said, we're going to look to flesh out each region in the map itself. So we'll have more granular details. So you'll see the wider map as it is, and then it'll be broken down into sections, and then within each section, each region, we'll go into the kind of details there. So you'll be able to see these locations on the map. To remember everything I've done that's brought me to this space. I started with embers, now a raging fire is burning in this place. I'll never surrender, rather try. Okay. So I think, so the boots are done. Near all the weapons are done, I think, or close to being done. Just need to top up some of the Silicanum Grey. Zombie attack! Zombie attack! I think the next community lore video we have coming out is Flesh Eater Courts, actually.
Oh, okay.
Cool. Yeah, they've managed to worm their way in and found a location and named it Corpse Castle. So that'll be
very regal sounding.
Yeah, exactly. That'll be coming on soon. It'll be very cool. In fact, I'm just trying to remember where they're based. For the life of me, I cannot remember.
There once was a ship that
Oh, it's this damn song again. I need to remove this from the playlist.
Why do you like this song so much, man?
I know. It's those Corsairs again. Can't stop it. So, Sea Pirates. Missed another bit. Always the way. Think you're done? You're never done. There's always bits. Matt, have you had a chance to paint any of your Zinch stuff recently?
Oh, they're still in the box.
Yeah. I've not touched that terrain yet, from the recent Warcry.
Me neither. Well, I sprayed them. Sprayed them all. I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go probably dry brush and contrast for most of them.
Sounds good. I'll be doing the same, to be honest. Okay, let's do some wildwood contrast. That sounds good to me. Oh, balls. Oh, dropping things on the floor. Okay. Let's do the banner. Ah, yeah. Swine Minuten. Actually needs 2 minutes. Alright, so what are we on now? Let's do some of the stuff. Love that. I was laughing at myself on the screen.
Well, what? Oh.
No, yeah, Matt, hold on. Let me just zoom in. Hold on, wait for it.
Oh, dear Lord.
No, just wait. That's what I was laughing at. Mysterious. I don't know why that just cracks me up.
Stuff of nightmares.
I'll tell you what. Close-ups are always good, right?
Yep, this is why I avoid the camera.
Oh, it's all good. So I'd like to say thanks again to the guys, sticking around in chat. It's awesome. And to be honest, we've touched on a lot of topics as well today, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's nice having people to chat with while I'm painting.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Okay, so Not bad, not bad at all. Alright, you're looking good. Let's get you painted up as well.
Okay. Base coat's done, I think. Getting kind of stiff.
Yeah, no, I was going to say...
Just getting old. Just getting old.
Yeah, I was going to say I'm not the only one. I think you're only a few years ahead of me.
Not liking this whole aging thing. I have to look into immortality.
It's a cruel bitch. Well, Speed's in the gash, see what he says. I've heard good things about him.
Seems like a pretty stand-up guy.
Yeah.
Nothing shady at all.
Trustworthy. Heard that from Manfred. Solid source of info.
Solid source. 10 out of 10. Would trust again.
Hey, it's not looking too bad actually. It's coming along nicely. I think. How long have you got, Matt?
Probably gonna go sleep once I finish these base coats. So maybe like a couple more minutes, 10 minutes.
Yeah, cool. Sweet. I was going to say what we'll do.
It's getting kind of late.
Yeah, no, same. I was going to say, I've been streaming, obviously, because I started just a little bit before you. So it's been about 2 hours, 40 minutes.
Yeah, something like that.
Been a bit of an epic
Time
session,
is
which is
now.
cool.
11:40, yeah, about.
Duskwoods.
I think that's where our upcoming Warcry battle is taking place, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Nice, nice, nice.
Where are you? Where are you? Sligo Brown. Let's do it. Okay. I think that's almost done with this chunk. Got a few. To be honest, it's not much left now. These guys.
How many models have you blasted through today?
4.
Not bad. Well done. Well done.
Yeah.
I'm almost done base coating 1.
Nice.
I suppose he's a hero, so it makes sense that I'm spending a bit of time on him.
Yeah. Well, here, Matt. So basically, just done his pants and all that jazz, his back, his skin, weapon. Just need to obviously touch up some of the little bits out in the camera.
Nice, not bad. That's a big ass hammer.
Yeah. And obviously, I've just not done a banner and everyone else, so yeah, it's coming along.
So you got the giant, the cannon, and that's it.
And Gutbusters. And that's it.
Gutbusters, remind me, are those the guys that shoot things, or?
Yeah.
Right. You and your shooting armies. Then again, I can't really call ogres a shooting army, I suppose.
No, not quite.
What do you think about the rumors about 3.0 coming? Do you think they're true?
I don't know. It's a strange one, really, isn't it? Because it's like we've not even really had a year of gaming. So
this is very true. But then again, like I don't think that really matters to GW's launch cycle.
No, of course. If they're going to be, selling, then selling, aren't they? So
yeah.
If it comes, I'm fine with that. If just watch guy, just buy the books, right? So
yeah. Well, the one thing I think would be like it wouldn't really make sense for them to have a general's handbook really this year, just because nothing's really been. There's not been that much play to really say these point adjustments are needed.
Yeah, true. I think that'll be put on hold a little bit, but yeah, I think if a new one does come out, then hopefully they just make it better. That's all we can hope for, really.
Yeah, that's all we really want, really. Just things to get better. There's been a lot of talk about things that could possibly be changed.
Oh, really? I've not really been keeping an eye on the info there.
I don't keep an eye on it. I just listen or read into it once in a while when I'm on Facebook, pretty much.
Yeah, fair.
So talks about a reaction phase, which would be cool if that happened. Something for my guys to do while you're shooting them up.
Oh, okay. What, run away?
Yeah, or in the charge phase, if you charge into anyone, you can potentially run away, stand your ground. I think this is something that was in 40k, maybe, or maybe in Fantasy Battle. Stand your ground, run away, or whatever else. Or using command points to do these kind of reaction things, which would be cool. Another use for command points, which would be nice.
Yeah, don't mind. More things.
I like the utility that command points can give you, but sometimes there's just no real applicable use for them.
Yeah, it very much depends on the army, but I get that. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because some armies feels like you're just drowned in command points all the time because you're like, oh, I don't really need to use command points for anything. And then there's some other armies which are like, well, I want every command point possible.
Yeah.
Can't get enough.
I think these guys are. Come along, just doing a bit more touch-ups on the before I move on to the next colour. Cool. Let's just do this.
I think I'm gonna be calling this guy Happy.
Yeah, it's looking good, Matt.
It's fun to paint. I like them.
Nice.
I think Space Marines in general are pretty fun to paint. Kind of generic, but kind of fun. Kind of basically like Stormcast of where it's.
I think I'm going to be calling it, to be honest.
Yeah, me too.
Absolutely wiped. Tired. So, so let's I'll get my face off the screen, move it on a bit. So I'd like to thank everyone for stopping by. We're definitely, Matt, we're definitely going to be doing another stream like this as well because, I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's awesome speaking
That's nice.
To guys.
It's kind of like socializing a little bit.
Oh, yeah, it is, yeah. So, no, that's cool. So, thank you all for stopping by. If you haven't done already, check out our YouTube. In fact, I'll let this guy on screen tell you as well. But check out our YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all that kind of good stuff. You'll find us there. And just reach out to us if you want to talk a bit of hobby around your community lore as well, which would be absolutely awesome. We do have Discord as well, which is joint collaboration with The Great Weave. So, definitely check that out as well. It'll be in the description. So, thank you all for stopping by. Take care and have a good night and all that stuff. And, Matt's thumb.
Let the dice tell the story.
Let the dice tell the story indeed.
All right. Good night, y'all.
Take care.